Hi, I'm Rachel Fenton, and today we are going to go on a really simple map tour of Edmond, Oklahoma. If you are looking for a new place to live, Edmond, Oklahoma might have come up on your searches, especially if you are looking for a lower cost living area. It is just outside of Oklahoma City, but we kind of have a little bit of a smaller town feel, but all the amenities of a big city. So, this map tour is going to include things like higher traffic areas. We're going to hit on healthcare systems, cultural and community centers. We will look at emergency services in the area so that you can kind of see where those are located throughout our community, and much more. I developed this map as something that you could also utilize. So in the captions, there is going to be a link that you can utilize this map. It's basically a layered map of Edmond, Oklahoma. And it's just a great resource to have to kind of get the layout of the land. So let's go check it out. Okay, so here is a map of the states, and this is Oklahoma, and you can see that Oklahoma City is right smack dab in the middle. As we zoom in, we will see Edmond is a northern suburb of Oklahoma City. So Edmond has two very different vibes to it. This here is US 77, also called Broadway Extension, and it goes all the way down to downtown and it continues into a city street and then goes all the way up. And it is the divider, in my opinion, of the west and east side of the city. So the west side of the city, you're going to have more of a plains feel. The land is going to kind of flatten out. You're going to have fewer trees. The further west you go, there's probably a lot more new construction, but your skies are going to be massive. It's going to have beautiful sunrises and sunsets. On the east side, you're going to have more rolling hills, a lot more mature trees. You're getting into hardwood forest, especially east of I-35. All right. Another thing to note as you are thinking about moving here is there is a true Edmond, which is within the Edmond city boundaries, and then there is a fake Edmond. And fake Edmond is where you have an Edmond address, but you actually utilize Oklahoma City utilities and Oklahoma City emergency services. What a lot of people don't know about Edmond is it actually comes really far east. This is Choctaw Road right here. And True Edmond goes all the way out here. There's a few little areas that are not included, like Arcadia, but the boundary goes way far east, and most of True Edmond is east of Santa Fe. There's a little bit of areas that jut out further than Santa Fe. I mean, the furthest west True Edmond goes is at Pennsylvania and Covell, but it's a very small amount. In fact, we will check out a ward map right here. So this is part of Ward 4. It's at Covell and Penn. It just juts out a little bit. This is all the way over here at Choctaw Road. And then down here, we're just shy of 33rd Street going south. And same thing for Sorghum Mill. It just goes about maybe a third of a mile or maybe a half a mile past Sorghum Mill to the north. So the next thing we're going to actually check out is our major roads and traffic. So as I said before, we have Broadway Extension, and that is a highway that takes you down to downtown. You also have I-35, which is one of our major interstates that goes north to south. And then US 74 is also a major highway. There are points, especially to US 74 and US 77, where they become more city streets and less highway. But major city roads, Edmond, 2nd Street, it's also called 178th Street. It is a major road and it's very central. So that is why it is such a busy place. And then you can kind of tell the population is more higher density in these areas. So you're going to have more traffic. The further you go out, the more spread out we get. Although down here we have Quail Springs Mall, and so that can often be a high traffic area as well. So rush hour times and then lunchtime, you're going to have a lot more traffic in those areas, anywhere from Covell all the way down to Memorial, and then truly on the west to east. Let's see, Santa Fe, Kelly, Broadway, Boulevard, and then Bryant are probably our higher traffic roads. Okay, next thing we're going to look at is our higher education and tech schools. One of the largest one in the area is the University of Central Oklahoma. And if you click on the pins in all of these layers, you should be able to go straight to their Google page. So this is the University of Central Oklahoma. It is mostly a commuter school, and that is also another reason why 2nd Street gets so busy. It actually was one of the first institutions in Edmond. It's how we kind of grew as a city. They established a college here for teaching. So it is a teaching focused school, but it has grown so much through the decades. Our other college in Edmond is Oklahoma Christian, and it is right off of Memorial between Boulevard and Bryant. It's not going to be as busy in regards to traffic because their students mostly live on campus. But it is a close-knit community and a great school as well. For tech schools, we just within the last, I don't know, 5 to 10 years, have Francis Tuttle Technology Center, the Danforth campus. It is a beautiful campus. They pour into our high school students. They have great programs in science and math and more of the trades. They have cosmetology. This school as a whole for our metropolitan area is wonderful. And we also have another location for Francis Tuttle right off of Portland Road and 150th. And then Central Oklahoma College is also a tech school, and I think they mainly focus on cosmetology. Next is our high schools. So we're going to focus first on Edmond Public Schools, and then we'll go into Deer Creek Public School later. So you can tell that our high schools were situated very close to the center of town. Edmond North High School focuses on obviously the north side of Edmond. So if you live out here on Waterloo, you're trucking down to North High School. Memorial services the southeast side of the city over here. And then Santa Fe really is the west side of Edmond. And then if you get over here, Deer Creek was at one point a rural district, and it is now servicing a lot more population. So it has been a growing school district. The boundaries of the school district do creep in a little bit more into the Edmond area. It does go pretty far north, and then of course it services all of this area west of US 74. Parks and trails. I did not hit every single park and trail in Edmond. I am just hitting the major ones. So let's see here. This one is Bickham Rudkin Park. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it actually holds our dog park for the area. So it has a lot of natural areas. There's a pond, and then our dog park is right off of this, and it's very popular. This over here is Hafer Park. It is a beautiful park. It is a wooded park, lots of trails. There's pavilions for you to eat lunch in. They have live music during the summer months. It's just a really pretty park. Then Mitch Park over here is kind of our major park on the west side. It actually houses our YMCA for the Edmond area and our community centers, and so it's a very big park. It also holds the a light display for the city, like the walkable Christmas light display. And I feel like Mitch Park has really grown and evolved in probably over the last 10 years. And then over here is Lake Arcadia. Lake Arcadia has a park system as well as trails. That is one of the drivers for the city, is to create trail systems that kind of all connect together, and that could be used for walking, biking, running. But that has been an emphasis for our Parks and Rec department. Arcadia Lake is a great place to just go visit and check out. And then over here, the Spring Creek Trail, very similar to what I've been talking about, just the trail system that they are developing. Next, we have our golf clubs and our tennis and pickleball centers. So we have lots of golf courses within our small area. Rose Creek, we have Oak Tree up here. And then the Golf Club of Edmond is tied into a neighborhood. I believe it is Fairfax neighborhood. Kicking Bird is the city owned and operated golf course. They just went through a revitalization of the facilities and the grounds, and they did such a great job. It's a great facility. Tied to Kicking Bird Golf Course is the Kicking Bird Pickleball Center. We also have a Edmond Center Court, which features pickleball as well as tennis, and it's indoor outdoor. It's a huge facility. And then down here is the Rivers Oaks Golf Club that services really kind of the Oakdale area. Grocery stores we are not going to go into depth on, but I wanted to kind of showcase Walmart's, Target's, and then our privately owned grocery stores. So you will notice that there are some areas that really don't have a grocery store close to them. You might have to drive a couple miles to get to your grocery store. So Southeast Edmond is one of those places. You'd probably have to go out to the Walmart Supercenter off 15th and I-35, or maybe even this Crest Foods at 15th Street and Santa Fe. Crest Foods is a locally owned grocery store. Crest also has a location up here. This is their newest one for Edmond. It is a large grocery store. Homeland is another locally owned store. It's just a good idea to kind of check out where you are in Edmond and where is your nearest grocery store. If you're going to be living far east, you're going to have to trek into town. Next on our list is the community and culture centers. So right in Mitch Park, we have quite a few things going on. We have our YMCA. We have the MAC, which is basically a multi-purpose facility where they will do classes. We have our Edmond Senior Center, which is an amazing facility. They do meals every weekday. They have billiards, card games. They do a lot for our seniors. There's classes. And then we have the amphitheater, that is an outdoor amphitheater for plays or musicals that they locally do. Then if you come further towards downtown, Edmond Fine Arts has a gallery, as well as they have classes for kids and adults. And then our Edmond Library, we will be getting another library at 15th and 35 on the east side of town. But for right now, this is our library. And then the Edmond History Museum is also a great one to check out. And then this is also the Rankin YMCA, and I'll just kind of show you where, right over here is where the library, and there's also going to be a new YMCA. For churches, I'm not necessarily going to hit on these, but I have kind of included some of the major churches. We have so many more than this. We are in the Bible Belt, so we have churches on every corner. But these are some of the major ones. Crossings, Life Church is a large multi-campus, and they have a couple locations. And actually, Crossings has a couple locations as well. But there's many churches to choose from if you want to get plugged in. Okay, we are to the hospitals and emergency rooms. So we have some newer facilities that have been built over the last 10 years or so. Integris is right off of I-35 corridor. We also have Mercy. And then this is OU Edmond Hospital. So those are kind of the core hospitals in Edmond. We also have Oklahoma ER and Hospital, which is doctor owned. It's like a private. It's not part of a larger establishment. And they are great, honestly. We've used them a couple of times. But then also, even though this is not technically Edmond, it's very close to the Edmond boundaries, and also, those living on the west side. This is Mercy and Oklahoma Heart Hospital. And they are a huge hospital facilities on the northwest side of town. For emergency services, I just wanted to highlight fire departments, police departments, where our IMSAs are coming from. This is super important to know, especially if you are getting to an age where you might need this, from your house. One thing we learned when my dad had his medical event was that my mom and dad lived over here near Wellington Park. It was just behind Wellington Park. And their fire department was actually quite a few miles away because they were technically Oklahoma City. So it took the firemen a while to get to them. It took them a while to find my parents. So that's just something for the older generation that I encourage them to check out and make sure they're comfortable with where their emergency services are in regards to their location. So if you zoom out, the further north you go, that you're obviously servicing a larger area of land. And then the closer you are into town, into higher populations, they have more of them. Deer Creek has one over here. Also, those living more on this side, the south end of Deer Creek, you're going to be supported by the Oklahoma City Police Department and then the fire department. So it's just good to know as you're looking for a place to live where your emergency services are located. Well, that wraps up our map tour of Edmond. I hope it was helpful to you. If you have any questions on anything Edmond related, shoot me a comment down below, and I would love to help you out and be a resource for you. Have a great day.